Hello friends, so today we're going to discuss this question from Lead Code Challenge Jump Game. You are given an array of non-negative integers. You are initially positioned at the first index of the array. Each element of the array represents your maximum jump length at that position, determined if you are able to reach the last index. Okay. So these are the two examples. Let me take you directly to the drawing board and we will see there. So I've drawn here different arrays. For this first case, if you are at this position and you want to reach at the last, what you can do is you are just asking whether you can reach or not. So in this case, like you can jump maximum distance, then one distance and reach. But for this case, if you jump three distance, you will reach here 0 and you cannot go any further. If you are 2, you can maximum reach to here. At 1, you can maximum reach to here only. So if you start at any position, if you still start at 3 and if you go to 2, then again you can go to maximum of 0 only. So you cannot reach 4 in any case. I hope you understand the logic. So but what we can see here is when we know that if we are at 2 we cannot reach at 0. We can in the end reach at 0, we cannot reach at 4. So we can mark it visited because we do not read has to recompute whether we can reach from 2 to 0, because if we check it from 3 to 0 we see that we cannot reach. Then we jump from 3 to 0, then we jump from 3 to 1 and it says that 1 it go to 0. So we have checked that if we are at 1 we can move at most 0 steps and we cannot reach here. So when we are iterating over each element and we see that we have jumped from here, why we recompute it again? So this can be done using a DFS while keeping a visited array. But there can be two edge cases, as you can see. There can be a case such that the jump can be larger and you can go out of bounds. So you have to keep in mind of that also, because though you can jump 1 also, but you can jump 2 also, which can take you out of bounds. So this is not acceptable. Also, if there is only one element, this is the last element. So you can, if also it is 0, you are allowed to pass because you are at the last element. If it the if the array size is only 1, you can reach the end irrespective of the number. I hope you understand the logic. So let's code it. So that's the simple logic. So you have to first make a visited array, or let's start with first edge cases. So if nums of size is equal to 0, you have to return false. Okay. If nums of size is equal to 1, irrespective of any number, you have to return true. Then we can store the nums of size in n, and then we can bool the answer. We'll take a bool variable for answer and initialize it with false, because initially we don't think we can reach the end. Then we do a DFS in I equal to 1, because if we are at the 1, we know. Okay, so what we can do is we are initially at 1, and how many jumps we can do from this position? We can do 2, we can do 1. So 1 and 2. So we always try to do the maximum jump. So the maximum jump of this is its size, the nums of 0. So what we can do is we do nums of 0. How many jumps we can do from maximum nums of 0 to I greater than equal to 1, I minus minus. So these represents the jumps which we can do from the first point. And what we can do is we can do the answer equal to answer or, because if any of them return true and the answer is true, we do a DFS of I comma nums. I represents the index we will reach after this jump, because so let's assume our first nums value is 2, so we can reach this 0 1 second index. So then we do a starter DFS at this index. I hope you understand. And this is just the nums array. And in the end, what we have to do is we have to return answer. Okay. Then we can make a global variable n to store the maximum length of the array, because we have to check whether we are going out of bound or not. And also we have to make a visited array. So let its size be 10 to the power 5. 1 to the 5. Okay. Then we have to make a bool DFS, and EU is the point where we reach and we have to start a DFS, and we take a vector of nums because we have also passed this. Okay, so now what we have to check, whether if U is in bound and U is not visited, then only we do something. So if this doesn't occur, we just return false, because in all of the other cases we cannot reach the endpoint. We just reach outer bound, or we cannot reach endpoint. We just have to return false. Or because if this is already visited, we know that this is already visited and we cannot reach the end while using this, because if we have used it, that we might have reached or we might have not reached, so that it reflects in the final answer. Okay, so now because if it's not visited and we are inbound, we first make it visited, because we have visited it now. So what we can do it, visited of U is equal to 1. Now we can check if this U is the point where we want to reach. So if U is n minus 1, we return true, because yeah, we have reached our final point. Okay, but if what we can see is if nums of U, but if this U is equal to 0, we cannot move any further from this U, so we have to return false. Okay, now we can make another bool and we can name it answer, and we can name it false. So what we can do is, so now we want our DFS from, so like if we reach from 2 to this 1, we want to reach from this point to the maximum point which we can reach from this point. But there can be multiple points which we can reach. So let's assume it's 2. So we can reach 2, we can reach 1. So we want to find out from any of these points whether we can reach the final point. So what we have done is we initialize this. We are doing the same thing. We are initializing this with false, and we are doing a for loop from I equal to 1. I is less than equal to nums of U, because now we are at point U. I hope we are doing the same thing only. And then we will do answer is equal to answer of DFS. So now we move from U plus I, because U is the initial point which we are at, and we jump I points ahead. And we have to also pass nums. And then what we have to do, we just, because answer stores the final answer, and that's the code. Let's submit it. That is simple DFS code to fetch accepted. I hope you understand how we use the DFS here. I will add the function and use the visited array. If you still have any doubts, please mention down. And thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next one. Bye.